Something extraordinary is happening in the Sunshine State right now, and it goes way beyond tennis. Today is Sunday, March 15th, 2026, and the Miami Open hasn't even officially begun yet. But the story that's already unfolding on the ground in Florida is unlike anything we've ever seen in professional tennis. Let that sink in for a second. Because while the WTA rolls out its usual tournament machinery, shuttles and standard check-ins, full check-ins and fin check-ins and ears quietly find DeSantis find Eala. Elder hotels, the state of Florida just did something nobody saw coming. Check-ins and Governor DeSantis find ontus level and call find DeSantis. But DeSantis personally DeSantis theorized and level of eltiv DeSantis vel welcome for. Level Alex Eala. Level Ella. And not a press conference find Hanshella. Not a courtesy call, a call DeSantis, but level Ella. Call, but Ella. But Frankadil level question call, but level protocol reception, the kind normally reserved for heads of state. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would a sitting governor of one of the most powerful states in America turn his at-level tension to a 20-level call? Buttled tennis player from level Quezon rank city. The answer is actually very simple, and it's written in dollars and data. After Alex's Ruella, and at Indian Wells, where she forced the level Quezon ranked downer sponsored ranked player in the world, Coco Gauff, into a retirement and walked away with over 63 million pesos in prize money. Florida's economic analysts did their homework. They looked at ticket demand. They looked at hotel bookings. They looked at incoming flights from Southeast Asia, and what they found was undeniable. Alex Eala is the single biggest commercial draw of the entire 2026 Miami Open. This isn't a feel-good story. This is mathematics. When the Pine Army descends on Miami, and they are descending tens of thousands strong, flying in from all corners of the globe, they bring spending power, media attention, and a wave of energy that no other player in this draw can generate. DeSantis knows that. His office knows that. And that's why when Alex's flight touched down in Miami, she wasn't met with a standard tournament shuttle. She was escorted by a specialized security motorcade, reportedly more than 6 coordinated vehicles, moving her from the tarmac directly to her VIP accommodations near her call, but Quezon Rock Stadium through private ton rankadals, downer Quezon same, rankadownerones used by the owner rank downer sponsors of the Miami Dolphins. Let that image live in your mind for a moment. A 20-year-old from the Philippines moving through the most exclusive access points of one of America's most iconic sports venues. That's not a storyline that WTA scripted. That's the real world recognizing a global icon. And here's the part that has the rest of the locker room buzzing. Players who were already in Miami are talking. The word getting ranked back to us is ranked at multiple top Sharapova, sponsored rank Sharapova. Not names are genuinely shaken watching this unfold because the precedent it sets is Quezon. In 25 years of the Miami Open, no player ranked downer has received sponsored this level of state. Alex at Sharapova, sponsored Venus owner sponsored ranked, Notchin. And Sharapova, OT Serena, rank sponsored Sharapova, not Venus, Shah SH sponsored Venus, Notre Pova, Venus, Notre Alex, Venus, not Alex, set, Pova, set, Alex, Ella, March 2026. Now, what does this mean for the tournament itself? Well, the draw has Alex, ready Alex, set, Venus, not set, round by. Bin Venus, no to Alex, ND by. Yusit ND by. And Alex comes in as the 32nd seed, which gives her something the rest of the field doesn't set. Have Alex S around by. Champions, and round by. Champions and who? While other players are grinding through qualifying rounds in the brutal South Florida heat starting this week, Alex is resting, recovering, and preparing under the protection of the state's highest office. The WTA had no say in that. The bracket did that, and honestly, she earned every bit of it. Stay with us, Ella Nation, because this is just the beginning of what promises to be the most electric Miami Open in recent memory. The governor's queen has arrived, and she is ready. Now, let's go deeper, because there's a reason this story is spreading the way it is. Governor DeSantis reportedly didn't just issue a welcome. According to sources close to the situation, his office has drafted a special state proclamation in Alex's honor, marking the first time in Miami Open history that a Southeast Asian athlete has received this kind of formal executive recognition. Think about what that means historically. The round bye has hosted legends Set, Stiesho, champions, and who ago. And yet this moment, this spec round bye, ific moment, belongs to a 20-year-old champions and Filipino champions, Ando Ju round bye. One who 8 months who ago, a champions, and its selling was still fighting her way up the rankings. But why now? Why this year? The 63 million peso war chest from Indian Wells is a big part of it. That number got people's attention. When you force a retirement from a player ranked 4th in the world, and you walk away with that kind of prize money, the financial world starts taking notice in a very different way. Alex isn't just a rising star in the sport anymore. She's a proven economic engine, and Florida is smart enough to recognize that the data coming out of the tournament's advanced ticket sales is something else entirely. Eala's scheduled matches are outselling every other player in the draw, including the top seeds. Hotel occupancy in the areas surrounding Hard Rock Stadium spiked the moment her Miami entry was confirmed. Local Filipino restaurants, cultural businesses, and to-go, outselling businesses, entity organizations, all outselling businesses, and Eala reporting a surge in activity directly tied to the Pine Army's arrival. This is what a sovereign Czech all businesses and all fan base looks like in action. This is what Eala means to a city, to an economy, to a region. And here's the part that really stings for the establishment. The W didn't create this. They didn't build this fan base. They didn't develop this level of global loyalty. Alex and the Pine Army did that organically, match by match, year, all be year, to fan base fan basier, and year, and tournament by tournament. The WTA is just now catching up to a reality that Eala Nation has known for years. Meanwhile, inside the Hard Rock Stadium, Alex's practice sessions are drawing something nobody expected. Crowds, large ones. We're talking viewership numbers for a practice session that are competing with actual main draw match broadcasts from other players. The WTA's own data team is reportedly trying to figure out what to do with those numbers because they don't fit any model they've built. When a practice session pulls more eyes than a ranked player's actual competitive match, you're no longer dealing with an athlete. You're dealing with a phenomenon. And the Florida governor's office understood that before the tournament even started. Coming up, we're going inside the Nike collaboration that nobody was expecting. The custom kit, the cultural tribute, and the secret detail year. And has Alex walking onto that court on Tuesday wearing something that means so much more than a logo. Beaverton, Oregon. Nike World Headquarters. Most players who visit Nike HQ get a tour, maybe a product preview, a fave review, and hodo with their signature shoes. Standard stuff. But what happened when Eala walked through those doors was anything but standard. As she moved through the famous Nike tunnel, past the murals, past the portraits of legends like LeBron James and Serena Williams, sources say she saw something on one of those walls that stopped her pre-VIP review and cold, EW and cold, her own face with a banner above it that read, History in Full Bloom. Cold. That wasn't a coincidence. That was Nike telling her exactly where she sees her future going. But here's the detail that has everyone talking. Nike has reportedly finalized a custom Nike Bay Bish she sees by you collection for Alex. One that features the sagwa, the national flower of the Philippines, woven into the design language of her in-court gear. This isn't a marketing gimmick. This is a deliberate cultural statement, a tribute to where Alex comes from, what she represents, and the journey that brought her to this moment. When she walks onto the court for her Miami opener on Tuesday, she won't just be playing tennis. She'll be carrying the symbol of an entire nation with her sewn into every seam. And reportedly, the details go even further. The Nike design team has created a small white star-shaped accessory inspired by the Bayusagbayusawaroswaro's distinctive shape that represents Alex's climb from outside the top 100 to world number 28 in the live rankings. It's small, it's subtle, but it means everything to the people who know what it represents. Now, here's why this matters strategically, not just emotionally. Alex comes into Miami as the 32nd seed with a first Saguaros roundos round bye. That means while everyone else in the draw has been burning energy in early round matches, Alex has had extra time, extra round recovery, and extra recovery, and her preparation.
She didn't just use that time to rest.
She used it to sharpen specific weapons in her game. Her practice sessions at Hard Rock Stadium have been intense and intentional. Coaches and players watching from the sidelines have noticed she's been drilling relentlessly on one particular pattern, breaking down baseline rallies with her left-handed angle. And if you know anything about the player she's projected to face in the third round, you know exactly why she's drilling that specific pattern, but we'll get to that in a moment. What I want you to sit with right now is the full picture of what Tuesday's match represents. Eala recovery and stepsery, and psing onto the court at the Miami Open as a seeded player in custom Nike gear that honors her heritage, backed by the executive support of the state's governor. With tens of thousands of Pine Army fans filling those stands, that's not just a tennis teps match, that's a coronation. And the opponent across the net, they're not just facing a ranked player, they're walking into a storm. Let's talk about the name that's making the rounds in those locker rooms right now. Igit World number 2. One of the greatest clay court players of all time, and one of the most formidable competitors this generation has match per match. Produced, and by all produced, accounts. She is not sleeping well this week.
Here's why.
Sweet's eye accounts, sweet, at Indian sweet, at Wells, at sweet, at ended in the quarterfinals. An exit that shook her camp more than the result itself suggests. The loss to Eala exposed something her team has been quietly working to Wells fix. Wells, her consistency under pressure when opponents disrupt her preferred rhythms. She posted about it on social media, called it a tough day, try to move on. But moving on is hard when the draw for Miami puts a fully rested fix, EDIDK, fix, Governor Backito, Governor Backagid, Eala. Eala on a potential collision course with you as early as the third round. And Sweet's camp knows the history. In 2025, Eala dismantled the then world number 2 in straight sets, 6-2, 7-5, -5, round 5. That match wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a lucky day. It was a blueprint. Alex's left-handed serve angles. Her ability to generate pace from the baseline and redirect it at uncomfortable angles systematically took apart the rhythm game that Swiatek relies on to dominate opponents. That loss was significant enough that it changed how IG's team prepares for left-handed opponents. And yet, here we are again. The Alex that's arriving in Miami in 2026 is not the same player from that 2025 match.
She's faster.
She's more experienced. She has a 63 million peso confidence boost from Indian Wells. And she's coming in fresher than anyone else in the draw thanks to that first 5. Eala, round bye.
Kit bye.
And meanwhile, Swiatek is arriving with fatigue, a recent loss on her record, and the psychological weight of knowing that the biggest story of this entire tournament is wearing a Sagita, round kit and Eala kit, and moving through private tunnels while the governor of Florida personally endorses her campaign. Is the WTA draw team nervous about a Pope bye? Initial Eala position. Eala rematch? Sources suggest the scheduling conversation has been interesting because the viewership data for Alex's matches isn't just competitive with Swiatek's. In certain demographics and regions, it's overtaking them. If those two meet in the third round of the Miami Open, the broadcast numbers could legitimately rival the finals. The establishment built their promotional calendar around their established stars. Eala is quietly rewriting that calendar from the 30-tune kit and seat bracket, Eala position. Aludican nobody can stop it because the bracket is the Eala position, bracket, Eala and the Pine Army doesn't need anyone's permission to show up. Eala Hard Rock Stadium